Once upon a time, stories did not exist. Words ran rampant, untamed and untethered throughout the world, a mass of nouns and letters tumbling across the earth like a raging sea. It wasn't until the chronicler herded the unruly verbiage into books and added them to their collection that stories started coming into being. But what happens when tales escape the confines of their covers? That, my dear reader, is something we will find out together.
I need to get back to where I'm from. My friend is waiting for me. Who else is gonna try and play Murder the Dragon with me? Well, I suppose a lot of these people.
Everyone thinks fairy tales are things of joy and happiness. Well, I can tell you firsthand that they're nothing but a bunch of little nightmares. They've taken everything from me, but I can fight. And nothing's gonna stop me from getting back to my Tam.
For as long as life has existed, I have served as its complement, its bloody sibling that all fear. I am Camilla, death incarnate, and my will cannot be denied.
A name. A name is for those who wish to be known. And if you find yourself in my presence, then you must know nothing.
Hey, hi! I almost missed the transition. It's fine. It's not like I've been running tech for a couple years or anything. Anyway, hey, hi! Welcome to episode 2 of Journey to Book's End. This is a Cypher System campaign using the fairy tale We Are All Mad Here supplement, all by Monte Cook Games. I am Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I am your page master. Before we get started and everything, and before I tell you, all of the incentives that we're raising money for PCRF, we're all going to say, hey, hi, who we are, and then who we are, your character sentence, who you're playing, some kind of order like that. Originally, it was going to be Amaya, but I have been requested, so we're going to go counterclockwise, so Charlie still ends last. We're going to start with Soul.
Calling me out.
I love you, it's fine.
I got nervous.
It's okay.
I was about to call out Charlie. I'm like, for once, a white person goes last.
That's just the joke of the campaign, I guess.
Also,
Listen,
my name starts with my real name starts with a V, so I'm always last. Both names a V. Awful. So hi, my name is Soul. You can find me on Blue Sky, or I'm actually opening up a Dreamwith account.
Ooh.
For my submitted fiction. So if you ever want to read really queer, sometimes toxic, trans masculine fiction, follow me on Dreamwith. I'll post that later. I am playing Onyx Scáith, who is a rugged dragon who bears a halo of fire. And she uses she, her pronouns. I use they, them pronouns. And that's me.
Angela.
Hello there, lovelies. I hope you haven't gotten tired of me, because I'm certainly not tired of you. Anyways, with that flirtatious comment out of the way, hi, my name is Angela Lemos Morvejo. I use she, they pronouns, and I will be playing Camilla Gutierrez, who is a vicious god who sees beyond. I'm sorry, a vicious warrior who sees beyond.
No, God is fine.
Not a god. No, God is fine. I'm actually a bat death god. And, you can find me in a lot of different places, but most of them you can find me under the handle of Phoenix24Femme, where I exist, freelance musician. I do poetry on Patreon, and I've made a game before. I've made 19 playbooks for the Slayers RPG and was in a collection of material for it. It was a dare. I told Twitter, "Hey, wouldn't it be nice if I did this? That'd be fun, huh?" And then they gave me support. And when you give a neurodivergent support, they start to focus on it. So that's me.
Amaya.
Hi, I'm Amaya. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Mishi, who uses she or any pronouns, a guarded beast who speaks for the land. And you'll find me on pretty much any social media under Amaya is okay, and I mainly use Instagram to post art. I draw stuff.
Oh, Maya, check your captions, please.
Huh?
Just check your captions. Apparently, Meats is hating you right now. Thank you.
No!
Charlie, who is also going to do our recap.
We're all professionals here. Hi, everybody. My name is Charlie. I use he, she, they, she pronouns, and yes, I am the token white guy of the table.
You're the token white guy. I'll be the token
so
white girl. It's
to
good.
Be here.
We're Gucci.
So excited to be here. And I am playing Bonnie Janet, who uses she, her pronouns, who is a strong-willed explorer who looks for trouble and is the token human of the table from a character standpoint. You can find me at Good Luck Charlie Grass on TikTok and Instagram. I am a D&D nerd, voiceover artist, and theater kid, and so my postings are as eclectic as that sentence alludes to. Speaking of eclectic, what a first session we had, you guys.
Yippee!
Recap mode. Our four lovely characters, Camilla, Mishi, Onyx, and Janet, all found themselves in a strange, huge library where all of their personal life stories have apparently been collected and stored in this library by someone known as the Chronicler. What are their pronouns? We don't know yet. Upon exploring, we found each other, Onyx and Janet hitting it off and becoming fast friends. Mishi and Camilla, not so much. Hitting it off in a different way, let's say. But we, yes, but we all came together and met an adorable little shape-shifting paper spirit named Dewey, who is the library assistant here, and who explained to us that we have been pulled out of our respective stories, and to get back, we just need to go back to our own books and or orbs of oral tradition. But all of our story vessels are destroyed. And then we fought an ink monster, and that went good, and then it went bad, and then it was okay again, before the ink monster dove into yet another story that Janet recognized as a myth from her homeland, Fortress of Shadows, and we all decided to follow the ink monster into that book in the attempts of retrieving our lost story pages so we could find our own way home.
Thank you. As a reminder for everybody, we are raising money for PCRF Palestine. Palestine Children's Relief Fund. Acronyms always mess me up. And if you do !donate in chat or check our little pinned messages in top of chat, you can see our incentives as well as the donation link. You can give out ciphers to people. You can give assets, which allow people, our players, to, it makes it easier for them to succeed at a task. Natural 20s. Or, natural 1s for me to give out to players and everything. Just give me a bunch of them so I can hoard them like video game, potions. And I can just use them all at the end. Anyway. Thank you, Charlie, for assisting with the character recap. We last left off with the four of you deciding to go into the book that the ink monster went into. If I remember correctly, though, Mishi, you went and you just fucked off like the little cat you are back to your section. Am I remembering that correctly?
Well, yeah, Mishi went to go collect the pieces of her orb.
Okay, I didn't know if you were doing anything else specific, but you're just collecting them?
Yeah.
Okay, that is fine. You are able to collect your little orb pieces. Was there anything anybody wanted to do to prep before you go in, or anything along those lines?
I have a question.
Yes.
How is Mishi holding all these glass pieces?
I was thinking about that too. In her hands, she doesn't have like
A bag.
a bag or pockets, so she's just.
Bless his
Mishi,
mess.
would you, if you'd like, I can hold on to those for you. I have a satchel.
It would be more convenient to have my hands for fighting. Yes.
Absolutely. Here, and there's like she's got like this little bag that's under her skirt, that she just kind of like pulls out and opens it up.
I normally don't own things
It's all right.
or go places.
Well, you're just learning a lot of new things today. You learned how to read today. You're going traveling for the first time.
Yes, that was very upsetting.
I also don't go many places, which is why I also don't have a bag.
Why do you need a bag or pockets if all of your things are with you and you don't leave your things?
Exactly. If you lived your whole life in a beautiful tower, you never leave, why would you ever need a bag? Also, as a dragon, I usually am not this small.
We have been living our lives correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would appreciate my cave. It is very nice.
Do you have a hoard?
Yes.
What type of things do you hoard? I hoard soft things.
Copper.
Shinies are good. Shinies are good.
Many humans come to the island and try to take it, so I killed them.
Correct. If things touch your hoard without your permission, they die.
Ah.
That's how.
No, for real.
It's true.
Protect what's
See?
yours. Straight up.
Yeah. Mishi, are you sure you're not a water dragon?
I have never met a dragon before you. Normally I am able to change my shape, but I have not had that ability since arriving at this place. But I do not live in a tower, and I believe you said that dragons live in towers.
Not all dragons. I live in a tower. I've lived in a tower my entire life.
Then perhaps I am a cave dragon, but I've never been called that before.
Water cave dragon. Alright. Well, as a group of 2 dragons and 2 not dragons, we are well organized.
Listen, I'll take it. It's not incorrect.
Yeah, again, 2 beautiful people protected by 2 dragons. Well.
Janet and Camilla exchange a look.
Listen, Onyx is not wrong.
She's not.
No, but it's also. I think Camilla's taken aback solely because she doesn't understand what the sentiment is.
Am I meant to protect them? That was not my priority.
Well, now Janet is holding your glass for you, so you should at least protect Janet.
I protect the glass that Janet holds.
These can be similar things.
Maybe we help each other protect ourselves. How's that?
I like that one too. You are already very powerful.
Oh, shucks. I don't know, I'm starting to feel a bit left out. I'm not a shape changer as far as I'm aware, and you all apparently have cool other forms that I've not yet seen, but
You punched that thing so hard it ran away.
I mean, I lift a little bit. Wouldn't
Lift what?
anything, really. I'm help my father tend his lands, and so, had to know how to get myself in and out of a scrape once or twice in my life.
Janet lifts Tam. Let's be realistic here.
Oh yeah, that too.
By the scruff of his neck.
Also, I would assume if she is a god of some other domain, then she is interested in not the same concerns as far as abilities and such.
That is a human, not a god.
That me?
Yes. You smell like a human.
That's good, because I am one.
It's very odd.
Why?
Most
I've seen
humans
pictures.
run away from me.
You haven't given me a reason to run.
Camilla is just genuinely like, I don't know how to process this. It's like, you either have to be a god or some adjacent entity, or you're a human who isn't afraid of me initially, at least right now. And I don't understand that. She just has a very clear look of puzzlement.
Amazing. Right. Well, actually, hope you'll. Before we move on, just for my ease of mind, and I reach into my pocket and I pull out a pouch of salt, and I just kind of take a little pinch of it, and just kind of like flick a little bit towards each of you and see if you guys react. Nothing? Okay, good. Sorry. We can move on.
What is that magic?
It's more, this is a, there's a type of magic person from where I'm from that doesn't like salt, and we don't get along, so I was just making sure, because we haven't really established what's going on, so I just wanted to make sure that you weren't you weren't in disguise, or, a member of the Fae essentially trying to fuck with me. But we're good. We can move on.
I would consider my current form a disguise that I am unable to remove.
Listen,
Correct.
fair enough.
Same.
Fair enough, but your type of magic isn't the type that I'm necessarily wary of, so we're good. We're good.
Why would it be necessary to fuck with you? Have you done something wrong?
No,
Have you stolen any copper?
not that I'm aware of.
You're okay for now.
Does somebody have to do something wrong to fuck with them?
Oh, I think you'd get along great with people that I do not get along with, but that's fine.
Sometimes you can fuck with people for fun. I have in fact done this.
Oh, yeah, I've done that too.
Yeah. Are we
Don't
talking about
understand
something
this.
different? Are we not talking about sexual relations?
What?
Oh. No, I'm with you on that one too.
What? I was referring to murder.
Oh!
Alright, that I've never done for fun. That I have done for fun.
I see.
Viewers,
I do not relate to you in the way that I thought I did.
Viewers, we want to make clear this is a very pro-neurodivergent space,
Yes.
as evidenced by this conversation.
I've eaten trespassers, but never for fun.
Sexually?
Once.
Matter.
Boy.
I can't. Anyway.
The
So this-
swirls return.
So this book then, this ink monster that we're trying to chase after?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Did Dewey say how to get into the book?
We need a pen, I believe.
Let's take it
Oh,
out.
he gave me the pin.
Dewey is nearby. Dewey is reachable, just so you know.
Yeah. I think, did we leave him with the book as we went to back to go get Mishi's things?
Probably. He's just
Okay.
been kind of trying to organize his papers.
Oh,
Because
Slow
someone
buddy.
just shoved a
Duck.
bunch of papers in him while they were running.
Trying his best. Let him.
can't a man put himself back together in peace?
So when the four of you get back to Dewey's actually, some of the papers, individual papers, are like changing and like folding themselves into like ants and like crawling off of him and then putting themselves on the ground before unfolding again. And then he's looking over at all of them because he's a crow right now, looking at all of them before picking it up in his beak and then putting it in his body and like repeating the process to try and organize some of these this mess.
Hi, Dewey.
Oh, hi.
We're going to go into that book and chase after that ink monster, trying to finish it off. Could you give us a detailed rundown of how to use this and how to get into the book and how to get out of it?
Into the book is easier than getting out.
Okay.
Into the book, you don't need a pen. You can just touch the book and just want to be there.
Okay.
Easy.
Easy.
But for the pen, you gotta just write it on a surface. It can be any surface. And make a door. With a door handle. Like a knob. Knob or
Can you
handle.
give me an example of a door?
Think of it as a flat tree with a rock on somewhere on it.
Why is the tree flat? What happened to it?
It stands up. It's like on a wall. Or the floor. You can draw it anywhere. You can draw it on the floor. You can draw it on a wall, the grass, a building.
Know how your cave has an opening?
Yes.
Some people put flat trees on their openings for privacy.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Also, someone else could show you what it looks like, and then you can use it later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sounds like at least two of us know what a door looks like, so we're covered. Okay. Right. Well, thank you, Dewey. I assume and hope that we'll be back soon.
Okay.
Shall we?
One last question. How do I put the orb back together to return to my island? It is broken.
That is a question for the chronicler. I don't know.
And how do we see the chronicler?
The chronicler comes and goes as they wish. I will try and catch him.
I see. Perhaps by killing this ink monster, that will be a favor that he will want to repay.
Maybe.
Then we will do this.
Right. Right. Tally ho, everybody.
Tally ho. Camilla, as you're walking, you're like across the library. There's still like books and miscellaneous stuff on the ground. Your foot hits something small and shiny and circular.
I pick it up.
I am giving you another cipher to replenish the one you used last session.
Oh, thank you.
It is a small hand mirror. It is, just take note of what level it is. I'm rolling it right now. It is level 9. And I will send you a little snippet of what the effect is.
What?
It's utility. It's not going to kill anything.
Yet.
It's not going to kill anything.
Every GM says this about an innocuous object, and I have worked with many groups who have found interesting ways to make use of an innocuous object.
Okay, well, if you figure out how to kill using that object, let me know. But yes, it is a small hand mirror, and you can tell it is magical.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really nifty.
It is nifty. I just kind of scrolled down the list in the book, and I was like, this looks fun. Why not? Anyway, you are heading towards the book, which Dewey has since put on a small things that hold books, a podium. No, not a podium. Do you know those really, really cool old-fashioned circular book holders that you can put one on and they keep going?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
one of those.
yes. Hell
One of
yeah.
those.
Cool.
But yes, that it is there. Closed.
All right. I can go ahead and open it just to a random, whatever page looks the most ink splattered.
Yeah, sure. It's probably about a third of the way through. Most ink
Cool.
splattered.
Cool. All right. Here goes nothing. And I put my hand on the book and just think really hard about
Wanting
going
to go in.
Yeah.
Onyx, Mishi, and Camilla, you see Janet kind of fade away and disappear.
My treasure! What the Onyx immediately puts her hand on it and is like, "Take me where Janet is."
The same thing happens. Mishi and Camilla.
Yep, Mishi follows.
Waits for Mishi to take the first move.
There's like definitely like
Yeah, it's definitely both of us doing
After
that.
you.
I'm watching you.
mm-hmm.
I know exactly what's happening.
Eventually, Camilla, you follow?
Yes.
Okay. The one after each other, Janet, you are first, but fairly quickly afterwards, followed by Onyx, Mishi, and Camilla. The four of you find yourself on a beautiful green Scottish countryside, and in the distance you can see this stone castle on top of a cliff overlooking the sea. The wind is blowing. It is fresh and crisp, carrying the smell of salt. And in the distance, at the bottom of the hill leading up to the fortress, you see like a small-ish, I'm not sure how big, but maybe a small encampment of people, like of maybe like a dozen semi-permanent tents and cook fires of smoke raising into the air. Janet, I think it's safe to say that you know that Dunska, the Fortress of Shadows, exists in Scotland, but in your time it is dilapidated. It is broken down. This is not.
Yeah, it's been in ruins for centuries by the time that I was around.
Oh yeah.
Like, holy shite. This is crazy. Oh my goodness.
This area seems much more normal compared to the library.
Yeah.
I am more comfortable here.
Me too. This is very near my home, but in a different time, I guess.
Far better than England.
You're so right. Thank you for saying so. Thank you. That means a lot to me.
These words mean
I don't know
nothing
why
to me.
people was so awful about it. No, this is very nice.
Thank you.
Slowly repairing those relations.
We're gonna solve this together.
World peace right here.
Well, we can go see if those people down there have seen the ink monster, see if there's any word around.
Are they humans as well?
Probably.
Am I going to be encountering a lot of those?
Here, yeah, sorry.
Unfortunate.
It's okay, I can do the talking if you want.
This would be wise.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, and I like hike up my skirts and I start marching down the hill.
Yeah.
Camilla follows. Is also looking at Janet very curiously the entire time.
I think Mishi's standing like directly behind Janet because she's like used to being the one in the lead, but also knows that Janet would be the one that should be taking the lead right now. So she's like going through like I need to be first, but also I shouldn't be first. So I'm just awkwardly like right behind the person who's first.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So awkward.
Onyx is leisurely, like, following at her leisure. Like, human castles. My mother's destroyed several human castles.
That is a castle. Like, with towers, like what you live in.
Yes.
See,
I have not seen one. They are quite ugly.
they're more for utility than for aesthetics, mostly. They're big stone, meant to defend against intruders and people who would seek to do harm to the people inside. But the tallest point right there is what you would call a tower.
Don't you use weapons to defend yourself? Why do you need stone?
Because I don't know if you've noticed, but people like me are quite squishy.
Yes,
I have experienced this.
Yes. So while weapons help, sometimes we need extra protection.
Weak.
You seem quite resilient, though.
Thank you. Yeah, I've never been one to stay holed up in castles or fortresses. My father has one like this, but smaller, a bit way smaller. But I prefer to be outside. It's more exciting that way.
As the four of you get closer, Janet, would you like an experience point?
I would love an experience point.
Who would you like to give your second one to?
I'll give one to Camilla. Just like seeing that she's just kind of been staring at me, and I just kind of give her a nod. Like,
Hey.
I don't know what this energy is.
Calling for everybody, don't worry.
Ah, shucks.
Not that anyone else knows this, but Janet is not interested.
You don't know that. Hey, I never said that.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's fair.
I can look at the menu.
You can. That's fair.
It was an okay movie.
I am on the entree section. Thank you very much.
As you get closer, Janet, you hear the sound of barking. And as you get closer, you see a couple of large-ish shapes rushing from the encampment to your group. It is two large wolfhounds with their wiry grayish black fur. And it's hard to tell until they get closer, but as they get closer, you recognize these dogs. They're your father's wolfhounds. I didn't give names to them.
Shaggy, Scruffy. I don't know.
Let me just write down Shaggy and Scruffy.
Yeah.
Thought you were gonna say like Scooby and
Well, I'm not
Shaggy Scooby.
Shaggy and Scooby. No. Not about to get sued for copyright infringement here. I pull out.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and they come right up to you. They're like the type of dogs that when they put their paws on your shoulders, their face is right up at yours. They're that type of size dog.
Yeah.
They're my favorite. They're good boys. But yeah, licking your face.
Ah, what are you two doing here?
Woof.
How are you here? Yes. Hi. Oh my goodness. Hi. All right. Down. Little shites.
The other one of them, one was on your shoulders. The other one is like sniffing around the other three of you. Like they seem unbothered, surprisingly, but they're like sniffing at your feet. Mishi, one's going for your butt.
Mishi growl.
Hey, down. No. Stop that.
Woof.
What are you doing here? Oh, you good boys. What have you found? Have you found anything? Anything interesting?
Woof.
Right. Wanna take me to them?
Oof.
Alright, lay down. Sick 'em.
The one of them, we'll say Shaggy, leads
Hell yeah.
ahead. The other one continues doing like circles, sniffing around everyone's feet before eventually just taking up guard next to you, Janet. And as the four of you get closer, you do see this semi-permanent encampment full of mostly humanoids, of all different races, sizes, their skin tones different. But it's a little weird, kind of like when you first showed up in the library weird, because you see, Janet, just regular Scots, but you also see a group of merry men in green and 3 pigs that are standing up on their hind legs and talking to someone. And as you get closer, like forced perspective and everything like that, you see something that is definitely looking like a giant. I meant to start this off. Okay, have you all seen Shrek?
Have we seen Shrek? What kind of question is
Yeah, that's
that?
what I thought. Remember at the beginning of the game where all the fairy tales gonna get shoved into his swamp?
I see.
That vibe.
I thought you were gonna say Shrek is here.
Sure, there's also a green ogre. With talking to a talking donkey. Sure.
Whoa.
Janet, I'm not sure if I like Scotland.
You'll learn to love it. Also, this isn't my day-to-day. Is there are these figures that I might recognize from fairy tales that I grew up with? Or is this just kind of an amalgamation?
It's an amalgamation. There's some you might recognize, maybe Robin Hood, but I don't think you would probably know I don't think you would know the 3 little pigs.
Probably not. Hello?
One of your dogs goes running off.
Scruffy! For fuck's sake. We just kind of start running after him.
You run off. You run after Scruffy.
Yeah.
And by this point, Scruffy is...
I love that you just say the name in a Scottish accent.
I'm trying so hard. I tried so hard to learn the Scottish accent, and I got little bits, every little bit. I don't have the full thing. But anyway.
You're doing great.
Scruffy has stopped, is sitting in front of a very familiar figure. What did your dad look like? Also, did you give your dad a name?
I didn't.
Okay.
Janet's father looks a lot like her. Older. His slightly darker blonde hair is streaked with gray. He's got a beard. Bags under his eyes. But he kind of has the tartan kilt and sash combo that's the same pattern as Janet's skirt, and he's got a nice cape with fur lined and a crest on his shirt befitting of his station as a lord. Da!
I will say his clothes look a little worse for wear.
Yeah.
But he is looking down at Scruffy, and when he hears you, his head jolts up. Janet?
Dad, what are you doing here?
And there's no ifs, ands, or abouts it. He comes up, grabs you, and lifts you up.
Yeah, full twirl around.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, I thought you were... Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I made some new friends. Things are a bit... You do realize we're centuries in the past right now, yeah?
I'm aware.
Okay, cool. That's crazy.
When we first got here, it was a shock as well, but we've had a couple months to get used to it, so it's kind of day to day right now.
Months?
Yes. Which is why I'm very surprised to see you. He kisses your forehead. I'm glad you're safe.
I'm glad you're safe. What do you mean you've been here for months? I was home a few hours ago.
I don't know. Found myself in a library with some of the staff, attacked by a creature, and then we scattered and ended up here.
That's... Were you just at home? Like, I was in the woods. I was in Carter Hall, and then I was here.
He looks at you. Did
Dad,
you sneak out again after dark?
I'm a grown woman, Dad. Come on. Do we have to have this argument right now?
The woods. The Fae.
The woods
Midnight. On Hollow's Eve.
The woods that you gave me for my birthday, by the way.
And
have the...
I thought you were clever enough to know not to go in the woods at night on All Hallows Eve.
There's so much going on that particular night that I had to be there at that particular moment, and I don't want to have this argument with you right now because I'm worried about this being a life or death situation, okay, Da?
Your father is like a mother.
Oh, shit. Da, these are my new friends. This is Onyx and Camilla and Mishi. Everyone, this is my father.
Hello. Thank you for keeping an eye on my daughter.
Hi.
We did not do that. Your daughter punched a creature so hard it ran into this place.
I show off the ink on my hands.
I'm not surprised.
Learned from the best, didn't I?
Regardless, thank you for keeping her company. How did you get here?
We were in the library too. We met a bird made of paper, and the ink monster. He said that Dewey, the bird, said that the monster had pages from our stories in it, and so our plan was to go kill the bloody thing, get our pages back, go back to the library, and talk to someone called the Chronicler to see if he can send us home.
That was a lot of words I didn't... Not really getting, but...
The point is, if we kill the monster, we'll be that much closer to just going back to normal life.
Ink Monster.
Yes.
We had one show up a couple weeks ago.
Couple weeks ago?
Hmm?
Did you hear that?
Yes.
I see a motorcycle.
So
a motorcycle jump across the glen.
Metal
doing a
dragon,
wheelie.
everybody. There's a new metal dragon.
Onyx would lose her goddamn mind and make a new horde that is only motorcycles.
Oh my god.
Motorcycle dragon.
I'll just mute when I'm not talking.
I now need to see Onyx in full biker gear.
Yes. That looks sick as hell.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Big ink monster. A couple weeks ago, we came across one on one of our patrols. It looks like it got here and then promptly died of, like, fire. And there was some kind of ashy smoke as well.
Good.
Can you take us to where it lay? Did you bury it? Did you leave it? What?
There is a pile of ink if it hasn't been washed away by the rains. We can show you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I don't know how much is there, but did you want to rest first? Some of you look a little...
Oh, yeah. What do you guys want to do?
If 30 minutes ended up being about a week.
Was that second half?
Oh, if 30 minutes ended up being a couple weeks in here, I'm sure that we can rest for a couple moments.
Okay.
I am concerned how much time would be passing in our own homelands if there's such a disparity between the library and the stories.
Camilla?
Where are the remains of this creature?
About a mile out. And points off in a direction.
Okay.
Camilla just has a deep focus on wanting to go see the remains of the creature.
Yeah. I feel like, why don't we split the difference? We'll take a couple minutes, get our bearings, and then we can head out. Does that sound fine?
This will do.
Okay.
Also, out of character for folks, if you want to use your rests, you do need to take them in order, except for the 10 hour.
Mm-hmm.
Just letting you know.
Yeah.
So action, 10 minute, 1 hour, 10 hour, I think it is.
Okay, so this would probably be using the 1 action and the 10-minute slots?
Absolutely.
Okay.
My camera's hating me, I'm sorry.
I don't know how rests work.
So what you're going to do is you are going to, whatever rest you decide to use, you're going to roll 1d6 plus your, I'm sorry, I'm going to turn my camera off and turn it back on super quick. You roll 1d6 plus 1, and that's how many points you can restore to a pool.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can, amount of points you can spend to put in your pools.
Mm-hmm. And if we're using both the 1 action and the 10-minute, we roll
2d6 plus 2.
Yeah. Cool.
Correct, yes.
Huzzah.
I rolled 4 points on my 1 action, so I think I'm just gonna hold on to that then.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, yeah, that's fire. What is my...
Yeah, so it's always going to be 1d6 plus your tier, basically. Unless you take like a specific like ability or something that would add to it.
Oh, I got a 5.
Hell yeah.
That's all I need. And we can't go past our max, right?
Right.
For the pool? Yeah.
I rolled a 1, so I only gain 2 back.
F.
Yes.
Rip.
F's in chat for
Rip.
Angela and Camilla.
No, I got a 2.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Well, is conversation still perfectly fine while we're taking the rest?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think Camilla, if Janet is not like fully focus taken away by like Dad being there and such, would walk over to Janet.
Yeah. I think I talked to him for like 2 more seconds and then just like, let me hang out with my friends and then you can take us. Like, Dad, leave me alone. I'm hanging out with my friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a minute.
Friends, leave me alone.
God, Dad.
So embarrassing. Don't embarrass me in front of my friends.
What do you mean I have to leave the door open during the sleepover? Oh, God.
It's just girls, though. Girls
Yeah.
don't do anything. It's
Yeah.
straightest parent
No,
advice
for real.
ever. I think she walks over to you, and she's kind of continued, especially since you've been talking to your father. She's just had a very strange look on you, like she's observing you.
What?
What is that like?
What's what like?
To have a parent.
Oh, well, he raised me. He taught me everything I know. How to behave, how to stand up for myself, how to fight. I think he was a little taken aback at how well I took to fighting. But I suppose that's what happens when your wife passes away and you have to become a full-time girl dad.
You fight very well. You should not be worried.
Thank you. Not a lot of girls fight where we're from. I also have a tendency to wander. which he worries about. He doesn't like me to go very far, but then again, he gifted me an entire wood just to have. So that's kind of on him. But no, I love him. He's my dad. He is my
What
family.
is that?
What's what?
What is love?
Thank you, Soul. Thank you, Soul.
The two of you, both of you,
I wasn't gonna say it.
to the underworld with both of you. I will regain that power soon enough.
Yeah. Feel good?
Love. Oof. You all are asking me a lot of existential questions today. Love is it's a very deep connection you have with someone else. It's putting your well-being behind theirs. It's being willing to risk yourself for their happiness because they bring you happiness. I think my father would do most anything for me if it was in his power, and I would do the same for him. I didn't pick that up, and
Do you love us? You seem very inclined to go out of your way for us. Why?
I wouldn't say love, not just yet. Love is something that grows over time. I like you, certainly. I'm kind of
Why? Most are afraid of me. Why are you pleasant? Not afraid.
I always try to make a friend instead of an enemy. You haven't pissed me off. You haven't tried to harm me. You've been nice. Mostly a little standoffish, but you know, we've only known each other for like 8 hours, so I understand. We're kind of stuck in a situation together, so I don't see any reason why there should be animosity between us when there can be kinship. And maybe we can be friends, and maybe love of whatever kind will grow from that, depending on how long we are together like this.
You are a very strange one, Janet.
Thank you. You're a very strange one too, Camilla.
May I ask one more question before we continue?
Sure.
Are those afraid of you, can they love you as well?
I think it depends. I think fearing someone you love would require a great amount of trust. If you know that someone could hurt you, but they don't, you trust that they won't. And you trust that they know what to do with the power that they could have over you. And they put that aside for your sake. I mean, unless you're into that sort of thing, but I'm not one to judge.
Like, you describe all of these things, and I feel like you'd probably get the sense she genuinely, it sounds like you're telling her the most absurd things in the world. Not like funny, it just sounds so strange to her to imagine somebody genuinely liking, like, I don't want to say her, but kind of, yeah, her.
Do you have a lot of friends, Camilla? I'm not saying that to be a bitch, but I'm just... You seem a very solitary type.
death always meets everybody in the end.
That's very true.
It means that I will only ever get to be someone's friend for a moment.
I think that maybe there's wiggle room in that. You have a duty, but you can have a life outside of that, can't you?
No.
Our lives are our duty. Our
Mishy,
lives
what'd you
are
get
what we
here?
do.
He's just like
Holy
fully like
holy
walking
shit!
past and just goes no, and then keeps walking.
I do actually like that as a nice way to, like,
Eavesdropping's
close it
very
off.
rude, Mishy.
She's just like, I think she's just chasing your dogs around.
Hey,
Like at first glance, you're like, oh, they're playing, that's so cute. And then she's like, then you're like, is she like trying to catch them?
She's trying to hunt them?
if you eat them, you owe me new dogs. Ah.
Speaking of dogs, I think I came up with a name for your dad, if that's okay.
Hell yeah, hit me with it.
Lachlan.
Yeah, Lachlan. That's
Yeah.
my dad. That's always been his name. What do you mean?
Totally didn't just come up with it now. It's fine.
Retcon.
Yeah, no, I think that's Camilla was just like very confused about all that. Just like it's very much that person who goes up to you and very awkwardly asks, "Why are you nice?" That's the equivalent of what that
Yeah.
whole conversation is. For
It's just like,
her.
why
She's
wouldn't
just
I be nice? Yeah.
It's like most people scream at me when they meet me
And then run.
and run.
Well, I'm happy to be the first that does neither.
Your
Kind
father.
of follows alongside.
Yeah. Your father steps up. You all ready?
Yeah.
Right. It's about a mile. That direction should be pretty quick.
What are my good boots?
If you didn't, I'd be very concerned. Traipsing around in the woods.
You make it sound like I just stumbled in. I went in prepared.
All right. And your dad begins to lead the way.
What were you prepared to do in the woods?
Win back something that was mine.
Does your dad know about Tam?
I think he has his suspicions, but she has point blank refused to talk about it with him.
Not talking to you about my sex life, Dad.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely not. I get that was the plan for after.
Don't let anyone take anything from you. You're very powerful.
There are some people who like to play games with other people's lives.
Would you like me to eat them? That doesn't sound like fun games that they play.
Honestly, let's put a pin in that. We'll circle back to that, maybe.
As you're walking, your dad tells you a little bit about what's been going on. Several months ago, him and like many other people and creatures ended up here near the Fortress of Shadows. A majority of like the humanoid-esque, or like in the Three Little Pigs case, prey animals that would not do well in like woods with predators stayed near the encampment, but a lot of other tales and stories that came through, such as unicorns, some fae, tend to be in the nearby woods. Yes, the fae, he does clock that some fae did come by, but they didn't seem concerned about ending up here.
What kind of fae? Were they like the small kind or like the big?
It was
kind?
mostly the small kind, the common.
Okay. They're fine, I guess.
Other than, causing a little bit of mischief at camp, the normal stuff, stealing things, putting rocks in people's shoes, and, making a couple small fires. They haven't been too much of a They haven't been too bad,
Okay.
but they don't seem worried about being caught here, from what we could tell.
That's right, 'cause I imagine this is just a normal Tuesday for them.
But we have been basically trying to start a small village. Scáith has been assisting us, giving us some supplies as we've needed.
You met her? Shut up!
We did almost get skewered when we first showed up.
That's so cool! Oh my god!
The admiration has since worn off.
What?
When you're just kind of sitting underneath her fortress, she just kind of becomes a normal person after a while.
Duh. You can't tell me that. You can't crush my dream. Duh, you can't crush my dreams like this!
Oh no, she's a very powerful woman. And just as amazing as the stories say.
Before we leave, you have to let me meet her before we leave, Dad. You have to!
I'm sure she'll want to say hi.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
This is a respected individual in your society?
I think I'll just let Janet.
Oh, she's
explain.
legendary. She's legendary. She's great. She was a legend when I was growing up. So like she like that castle, that's hers. And she's this amazing warrior woman, and she trained this hero named Cucullin, who's cool, and she has an evil twin sister named Aoife, and they fight all the time, and they're both badass, and they've got magical weapons, and they're like all of these martial arts type of things, and she's just the coolest person ever.
All right.
Okay.
There are similar individuals where I exist.
Cool, that's
Sure.
great. No, that's great. No, she big inspiration for me personally. She was my favorite story for my dad to tell me when I was a little one.
She has taken on a couple of new students that showed up with us, so maybe she would be willing to show you a couple things.
Calm down. Okay. That's great. Okay. All right, let's focus up. Guys, calm down.
Hopefully
Focus
this
up.
warrior woman will be more respectful than your father.
What do you mean?
He has not made any offerings to me. It's been
Okay.
quite some time.
What do you accept as an offering?
I have favorites, but I accept many things. I'm very generous like that.
We haven't made offerings to you.
Yeah.
No, but you met me in not my domain.
This
This
isn't
is the
your
forest.
domain either.
This is the forest. Yes, it is. We're in the forest now.
He kind of like pads around his pockets.
That.
If it's respectful, I've been trying very hard to be very respectful of everyone around here.
That's because you're a great host. You're great at that. I just give her like something. Just give her a knick-knack. I don't know.
We don't even have pockets.
Aha. He actually takes off the I think the correct term would be like a stole with the fur.
Yeah.
He takes that off and he'll offer it over to you.
Oh, that's your good
An
one.
animal fur. This is an excellent offering. She turns to Janet and goes, "I like your father now."
Great. That's fantastic, Mishi.
I will not kill him.
Thank you.
That was on the table? Okay, good to know.
She says it like it's a compliment.
I appreciate not being killed. Thank you. He just kind
Now
of
we find the sink monster.
he kind of awkwardly puts it around your shoulders.
Stone in.
The five of you do make it eventually to where Lachlan said that they found this ink creature. And there are still some traces of this inky, oilyish, like oil slick colored residue on the ground. Like similar to onyx, staining the earth and rocks and soil.
Do we see any papers or shards of glass lying around in the residue?
No.
Damn it. Huh. You said it showed up and it just died?
It looks like it took some damage. It looks like it was running from something. It looked like it was just in a fight when we found it.
It was on fire. We lit it on fire. I do remember.
Yes, we lit it on fire. That's what happened.
I lit it on fire.
It came here. It almost flattened like water, leaving behind some papers.
Did you grab the papers?
We compiled them.
Oh, well, why did you say that?
I didn't know you were looking for them.
It wasn't like the third thing I said. If we kill the thing and get the papers, we can go home.
They were just like, they weren't full stories.
Oh, duh.
Are there any glass pieces?
I did not see any glass. No. It was just paper.
Have any more of these things come by?
No. Just the initial one we were running from and then this one a couple weeks ago.
So there's another one. There's one that chased you in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there are more than one.
Yes.
Did you kill the other one?
Yes, we did. Well, I did not, but some others did, yes.
Did anything fall out of that one when it was killed?
Some papers.
Mayor.
Hold on, Angela, like, what were you going to say something, Angela?
I was curious if... Can I actually perceive something here that is not immediately present to the others?
Like, seeing the unseen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. How does that work?
You can automatically perceive creatures and objects that are normally invisible, out of phase, or only partially in this universe. When looking for things more conventionally hidden, the task is enabled, or is eased. Is there anything within, like, where the mass of the ink creature used to be was laid out, or away from it, that's noticeable?
You don't see anything other than... Actually... You don't have to make a check, you just automatically see it?
Yes.
You do see little footprints. They only lead out. They kind of like step, like you see footprints on the ground, they kind of like walk around and then leave. And I'm also going to say you do see Faye, like watching your group curiously from the woods. So they're more woodland based. Some seem to be made out of skin and bones, others made out of moss and twigs. Just watching curiously because they are little shites.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt Onyx, but that was the first thing. So yeah. Onyx, if you had something, because I had other thing to follow up from that, but if you want to take your...
What's up, Soul?
Oh, I just wanted to confirm that there wasn't any, like, glass stuck in the ink, potentially by, like, burning it away, to make sure that it, like, doesn't stick around in case it's, like, bad for the book.
Yeah, if you want to try burning it away, go for it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use my onslaught, to, like, burn it away. You see, like, again, like... almost her, like, scales light up, and she sort of, like, pitches forward and tries to burn away the rest of the ink.
I'm gonna make this a luck check.
Okay.
Dice.
Highs or lows, Soul?
Eyes.
You do not see anything left behind.
I did not find anything else, Mishi. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Perhaps the creatures of these woods have seen something.
Ask them directly, as they are watching us currently. I think like that red sort of berserker eye effect is present on her in her eyes, but she seems fully aware of her faculties and everything around her, and she like gestures with her head towards the direction of where they're at, and she calls out to some of the little fae who are around there. Are you going to interrupt if I interact with the body in any way?
When you like give like attention and acknowledge it, they just kind of like scarper. Like they hide behind trees or go back into their abodes. They don't answer you. Janet and Mishi, you would know the common fae are much shyer than the royal fae.
Yeah, they're... Alright, let me see. Dad, do you have any crumbs of like a biscuit or anything on you?
If you can find any in my beard.
I'm not gonna comb through your beard, da. Alright.
I'll do it.
It was a
looks
joke.
soft. Oh. It's fine.
Neurodivergent table, everybody.
You're gonna go through this man's
I'll
beard.
do it. Fine. I think Mishi's just gonna step closer to where she saw them hide and just kind of like sit down cross-legged and just stay silent. It almost seems kind of meditative, but in like a, you know, there's a scared animal nearby, so you're just being like slow and quiet, and she doesn't seem like bothered or confused about them being here.
All right. So you're kind of acting like you're trying to like lure a bird to you by being very quiet and very still.
Yeah.
Make me essentially it's kind of like, it's going to be kind of like a persuasion check, but it is going to be intellect based, but you're trying to coax them out by showing you're not of threat, that you are a friend or of calm. It is a level 3.
Yeah, fittingly, I have an inability in that sort of role.
Oh,
so.
that is so funny.
Which I guess makes sense. I think she's used to, like, Mishi has seen some these types of minor fae before, but she doesn't interact with them while looking human.
That's fair, yeah.
So she's like doing what she would do if she was still in creature mode, and it probably just looks really weird.
Are you going to spend any level of effort?
No.
All right, so you need to be a 12.
I got 10.
Unfortunately, no. These things see you. They're not the type of minor fae that you normally see. They're obviously not the ones where you are from, though they are kind of that like same like vibe and like power level, the ones you're familiar with. They do not come towards you.
These small ones must be unfamiliar with my kind.
Famously kind of flighty. Mostly harmless, just kind of annoying. Alright, I'll pull out my dog whistle, my silver dog whistle. And I'll just kind of, it's on like a little like leather
Thong.
Yeah, sure. And I'll kind of hold it out and swing it back and forth like a pendulum.
Make it all shiny.
Yeah, look. Shine. I know you like shinies. you want to come see it?
Are you offering it or are you just showing it?
I don't want to go. It's mine.
Make a persuasion check with an asset.
Hell yeah. That all right. It's intellect based.
Intellect base.
Okay.
Mishi's looking.
It's shiny.
Shiny. I'll spend a well, if I already have an asset.
It's level 3.
Level 3, so I have to roll at least a 9.
Yes. Well, it'll be a 6 because it's a level 2 with the
Oh,
asset.
okay. I'll reserve my points then.
Good for a biscuit.
14.
Yeah. So you are enticing these common fae with a shiny dog whistle. And they kind of look at each other before, and they seem to be conversing in a language none of you understand. And one of them creeps out, almost drifting through the tall grass. And as it stops several paces away, you can see this creature with limbs and elbows in awkward places. And it's as if it's a very thin skeleton with a beaver skin just tightly wrapping it up. It's a little disconcerting. It's just got 2 beady, bright green eyes staring out at you.
Hello, friend.
Hello.
Do you happen to know anything about this creature? What happened to it?
Mayhaps.
Would you be willing to trade such information?
And in the shadows of its underneath the fur head, you just see a row of sharp teeth smiling. What does thou have to trade?
She just kind of bites her lip and she kind of catches the dog whistle in her hand. He goes, a gift offered in exchange for trade, for information.
This girl is clever. It holds out its very bony, long-fingered hand out to you.
A deal being accepted. Yes?
It is accepted.
Excellent. I give them my dog whistle.
So it's how it is with the fae.
I've had it for a long time.
It's fine. The monster made of ink. Yes?
Yes.
It showed up out of nowhere, writhing in beautiful, beautiful sounding pain and the crackle of fire and death.
Yes.
And it fell. It did not have much life left. It spread out on the ground and passed. But no soul. It sadly did not have a soul. Humans and dogs came, and a god who was no longer a god looked through it and took the papers. And some of the tall ones came later and rummaged through the remains. And Jenna, you know when they refer to the tall ones, it's the more powerful fae, like the royal fae, the ones who can look like humans. That's what they reference.
Oh, did I know? That's just lovely.
That is all one has.
God who is no longer a god. What do you mean by that, friend?
Oh, like her. And it points to Camilla.
And this god who was no longer a god was with the humans that came?
It just nods, holding up your little whistle and looking at it as it shines on the light.
Da? Do you know anything about that?
A god.
A god who's not a god?
Can't say I've asked everybody where they're from, so it's possible. I don't hound people where about their past lives and stories.
You're like
What
curiosity.
Sorry. What was the god's appearance, little one?
Skin dark as night. Smells of silk and tails.
Is that all?
I don't know what it is, if that's what you're asking.
And the tall ones, did they take anything from the body that you saw?
You know they can't lie. You know they cannot lie, but they do have a way of skirting the truth.
Oh, I'm aware.
You don't say.
You don't say.
This one does not wish to anger the tall ones by answering that question.
Fair enough. I wouldn't expect you to betray your queen for such relatively new friends. That's understandable.
One can go.
Anything else? I believe our business has concluded, friend.
And it just kind of runs and weaves through the grass.
I hate those little shites.
When they say tall ones, are they taller than me?
Some of them can be. The tall ones, some fae can look like me. Not all of them look like that. Some of them are powerful enough that they can blend in among humans, and that's what makes them dangerous.
Do they have a scent?
If they do, I'm not aware of it. My nose isn't programmed that way.
Everything has a scent.
I'll have to take your word for it.
If Onyx lies down on the ground, to where this creature was weaving in and out of the grass, is there a scent?
I'm going to
that
say
she
no
could
because it
detect?
has been several weeks. It would have been washed away by the rain.
No, I mean, no. This creature.
This specific
little
creature.
one.
Yes.
Little one.
The little one, yes. The mic's not catching you.
Tall ones smell like the small ones.
I wouldn't know, but maybe.
It
keep a hold of
smells a
this.
little bit like like a decaying meat and moss and dry earth.
Home.
Yeah, basically.
Shallow grave.
What? I didn't hear that. So
Sorry, that's what that smells like. A shallow grave.
again, I'll have to take your word for it.
Seth rolled for a cipher. So I think that when you're done here, where is it? God damn it. Everything is so misspelled. Not really. I just can't read and it's a little small. So basically, I don't think you noticed this, but your dad actually like has picked something up off the ground and is looking at it, and it's just like an an ornately covered box. And then he opens it, and then he quickly shuts it.
Ah. What you got there?
The beasts can smell blood.
You want to elaborate on that terrifying sentence, Father?
Well, he didn't say anything, but the the three of you can
beast
smell.
blood.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
Mare was saying that.
I thought the dad said
Oh
that.
no!
I thought Dad said that too. I was just like,
I was like, that
The
is
bat,
blood.
dragon, and Mishi Pashu can smell blood.
I understand.
Yeah, Mishi's head is snapping up.
It's a heart.
Human?
No, stag.
Oh.
An offering?
I don't know.
Where did it come from? Where did
I don't know.
You just found a heart in a box on the ground and you think, I'll just pick this up. Seems fine.
There's been weird shit going on around here, okay?
There's a secret god in your buildings.
Apparently.
Yeah. Let's go back to that. I think maybe we need to talk to this person.
I don't want this. Do one of you want this?
Is this another offering?
Hey, Shay. You know what?
It can be.
Janet's feeling a little after talking to a fae. So she just kind of reaches under her cloak and like clasped in her shirt beneath the double-headed rose brooch is like another clasp that looks it's a strange symbol, and I'm just gonna crush my cat she medallion.
Yeah, do it.
And it like a kind of like whoosh covers me, so I am now protected from any curse of level 8 or lower that is attempted to be cast upon me. Whatever the next curse of level 8 or lower attempted on me.
I don't think there's a time limit on that.
Yeah, it's not. It's just like, I don't feel safe. A little bit of precaution.
Do any of you want this box?
I mean, I'll take it.
This is a cipher, right?
This is a cipher, yeah. I put it in our chat. It's called the Heart's Heart. Oh, I gotta roll. Does anyone have a d6 on them?
I do.
Roll a d6.
Go for
You
it.
can roll it, Janet.
Okay. Oh no, I rolled a 1.
It's a level 4. But basically, this is the Heart's Heart. It's a still beating heart from a forest stag kept in an ornate lined box. When the user offers the heart to another living being, all attempts by the user to bribe, deceive, coerce, or convince the recipient are eased by 2 steps.
It is an offering. That's literally what it is.
Hey.
I love it.
That's so great.
So you're all are going back to camp, right?
Yeah.
Talking to this god? Question mark? Is that what you said? I'm just confirming because I heard.
Yeah. I think we should talk to the god who's not a god and also take a look at the papers that have been collected.
Your father informs you he does not who this god who is not a god is. No one has told him that they used to be a god, current or otherwise, but he can take you to the person who is holding onto the papers. Everybody's papers. Not just the ones they found, but any papers that came with individuals when they were running from the ink monsters.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I think probably Camilla is a bit delayed in following the group because she actually sits down in front of where the ink monster like remains were, and she actually removes. I had forgotten that I had this, which is why I minused 1 less pull from the last conflict where I got fucking wrecked by said monster. She has essentially a bit of like leather armor that is made from bat skin it's like dried out. It's something that's been preserved and properly made for her to act as protection, and it is an offering somebody gave to her. And she takes it off, and there's an element of like I think her own blood that appears on her hand that she like lets caress down aspects of the armor, and she like tears a section of it off and then ties it again and leaves it sort of as like a point of memorializing the creature having died. And as she goes back and catches up with the group, she goes up to Mishi with the blood still fresh on said armor, and she just hands it over, and she says, "An offering."
Are you not a god yourself?
Yes.
Then this would not be necessary.
No. But one does things they would not normally want to do for a friend. Or someone they hope to have that be the case with. Plus, you deserve an offering for your station. And she just walks, and after that, she just walks past. So you have leather armor, bud. You take one less damage from things.
Oh, shit.
She, like, legit, she's actually giving you her armor.
Yeah, I mean, she looks, confused.
Yep. That's all. Carry on.
I was going to say this is a good place for a break, but I want to introduce this intrusion first. Camilla, would you like an experience point?
Yes. I'm afraid.
Who would you like the other experience point to go to?
I would like... Huh. Yeah, the other one.
We're all even now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's it going to?
It goes to Mishi.
Okay,
so
I didn't hear you.
both at 4.
I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Your mic cut out, but I saw.
Okay.
I saw it.
So, Lachlan leads the four of you to somewhere in the middle of camp, and in the middle of camp, just around sitting on some stones and logs, there's two people talking. I'll describe the second one after we get back from break, but the one that catches your eye, Camilla, is an individual whose appearance can change from meeting to meeting. A colleague, so to speak. Right now they have dark hair and warm brown skin, very normal looking features, as if your eyes are meant to slide over this person. You see Death. Your buddy Death. And as the four of you approach, looks up at you, and eyebrows go up, and nod of hello. And that's where we're gonna go to break. Hey, everybody.
Terrifying.
Hey, Camilla, I thought that was you.
Oh, is this a psycho pomp situation?
Hey, we're gonna go to break. We'll be back in anywhere between 5 and 15. Stretch, hydrate, pet your pets. We'll be back soon. Bye. And hello, everybody. We are back from break. Before we get back to the great role-playing and scenes that we've just dropped everyone into, a reminder, we're raising money for PCRF, and if you want to help us raise money for that, you can just put !donate in chat, or check out the pin message that I plopped right on there. Please give all of my players all the ciphers, so I can inflict cipher sickness on them.
Not getting me yet.
Yet!
Not today, Satan.
But I last left off my players by giving an intrusion to Camilla by introducing a work colleague aka Death.
Work colleague is crazy.
Historians will say they're colleagues.
The other individual that is sitting next to Death is a dark-skinned black man with dreads that are just like a couple inches long. He's actually just wearing similarly what the Scottish peasant folk would be wearing. It seems like people are either around here are either wearing really run-down versions of what they appeared here with, or stuff that they've had to borrow or spin. So basically a tunic and like pants and a belt to make sure it doesn't get like flying everywhere. And it seems like the two of these two were talking when you like walked up and drinking out of like a like travel canteen mug. But when you all came up, Carmilla, Death just kind of gave you a nod, a raise of the drink, took a sip, and said, "Didn't expect to see you here."
Expected to be here in the situation that I am in, nor did I expect to see you again, dear friend.
It's interesting. I've been bored, and this is very unexpected, so I thought I would stop in and observe for a bit.
Well, it's good to see a familiar face. And I think she goes over and she gives a hug, but she's very formal about doing it, which is very strange for her considering she's still walking upright and she's had the difficulties, you can tell as she's been walking around, trying to keep that position because it's very uncomfortable for her to have to be on 2 feet like this all the time. But I kind of imagine, if it works for everyone else, that everyone else, when you're looking at Death, it kind of probably looks like whatever your character would be most afraid of seeing, like to terrify them at the end of their life.
If that were that,
Yes,
though,
it's a
everybody
god.
would. If he was being intentional, probably, but he's kind of incognito right now, so he's trying not
makes
to
sense.
kill everyone to death.
Which makes sense.
So
Yeah,
Kill
we wouldn't be
everyone
very
to death is
cool right now.
amazing.
Yeah.
but very generic. This is the type of individual who you would probably like pass over in a crowd. Lachlan looks between the two of you. You know each other.
Are, in a way, my twin and also colleague of sorts. We work much of the same domains.
Like a sibling.
Yes, about as much of a sibling as you are to nature. I think she's probably leaning into Death and sort of asking, "Do you want me to tell?" kind of like not this way, but me to Mara saying, "It's like, do you want me to tell them who you are, or you want me to keep that on the down low, friend?"
It might be best if we do not concern everybody.
Fair enough. I will not alarm anybody else with your presence.
I'm just here to observe, get some entertainment in.
Fair enough. There is a question or two I would love to ask you at a later point, but who is your friend here who you were chatting with? Sort of turns the direction to the darker-skinned, locked fellow.
While you two were talking, Lachlan actually was talking to this individual who is nodding to him and like reaching off to the side of where, just like right next to the stump that he's sitting on. And he's like picking up like this, I don't know, maybe like foot by foot, maybe like 8-inch tall like box, like a chest, and unlocking it and like going through it. And from what you can tell, these two seem to be pages of paper. And just like doing a quick look through. Janet, your dad looks over. I'm gonna go make sure everything is, organized. Everybody has what they need. See if we need to go form a hunting party to get more food, gather.
Right? Yeah.
I'm going to leave you with our good friend who is guarding the papers and stories.
Right. And something kind of shifts in Janet. She goes from kind of like her rough and tumble ready stance. She straightens up, like straightens her shoulders, and she like does like a perfect like little spread skirt, foot step back curtsy. Pleasure to meet you, sir. The daughter of Lord Lachlan.
He stands and he puts he hands the little box to Death and does his own little bow. It's nice to meet you. My name is Anansi.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. We've been told that you are the keeper of the pages that were recovered from the creatures.
A keeper of knowledge, a keeper of stories of many tricks and tales.
I love this.
Fucking love Anansi. It's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, Anansi's cool as fuck.
Amaya, was your guess right?
No, but this would have been my second guess.
If it please you, my lord,
Just
would you be willing?
Anansi's fine.
Anansi, then. You may call me Janet. Would you allow me to take a look at these pages?
Of course. Is there anything you were looking for specifically? I have gone through these and committed them to memory, but I understand that my organizational skills are a bit specific.
I believe that in these pages may be hidden the stories of myself and my companions, and we were hoping to look and see if there were any snippets that we recognize.
Of course. And he waves his hand over the box, and pages kind of like float in the air and just kind of like start beginning to separate themselves out. Feel free to peruse it to your heart's content. I have separated them out into who is here and who is not.
Many thanks. We have been given means to leave this land, to return to the library in which all of these tales are kept. I don't know if this crowd would be more comfortable here or escaping this story to find a more neutral refuge while we all wait to return to our own homelands.
I think camping in the Chronicler's collection is not the best idea. He doesn't tend to keep snacks and food or beds.
Very good point. Fair.
There has not been a lot of trouble here, except for the occasional fight or trick from the Fae or, some fool trying to get Scáith to train them.
Oh boy. I can only imagine.
Embarrassing.
How embarrassing.
She has been quite picky, from what I understand, ever since Cuchulainn has come by.
Well, he was
an arse.
One of a kind.
She has called him an arse.
I'm sure she would know better than me.
From what I understand, and from the stories I have read about Cuchulainn, he has a fiancée. He came here, hit on her daughter.
Yes.
Also hit on her sister.
Yes, that did happen.
Knocked up her daughter. Lovely boy, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
He's an arse.
I deserve judgment. I've only read stories, never met the man. But I understand why that would put her off.
Sometimes give Zeus a run for his money.
Who?
No, don't worry.
Onyx, do you have a question?
Have you seen a simply adorable princess?
Do you have a name for the princess?
Petite.
Petite. What does she look like?
Oh,
To be fair, we have received a couple princesses here.
Yes, she has lustrous golden hair, eyes as blue as the seas themselves.
When the seas are angry or when they're calm?
Calm.
Okay.
And skin that is warmed by the sun.
I have.
She here?
Anansi's just kind of looking at you with an expression on his face.
Did you not hear the question?
What that expression is?
Yeah, you can roll me a vibe check.
Roll for vibes.
I love vibe checks so much.
Okay. I don't have anything that helps or hurts it. Yeah. It's a 3.
Yeah, he's got a face.
He's got a face, yeah.
He's got a face.
Previously, up to this point, he actually didn't have a face compared to describe it.
You cannot discern what this face means. Anyone else wants to roll, you're more than welcome to.
Fuck it, I'll roll.
Fuck it, we ball.
Fuck it, we ball. What is this,
What
like
is-
an intel?
This will be an intellect check, yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you make that roll before I continue because I have something to say.
I only got a 9.
What is the difficulty for it?
I haven't decided. I don't know what level to make this defunct god.
I only got a 9.
12.
Are you rolling, Mishi? Or no?
I don't think she cares.
Okay, I didn't think so. Okay, I don't think Janet gets it. But Camilla, you're like an ex-god. You're godlike, god adjacent now. You are seeing...
Just took me down like so many pegs.
Yeah.
In the
Demotion,
span of,
demotion,
like, 3
demotion.
statements. It was like you're a god, ex-god, god adjacent.
You're just kind of seeing the face of a man make a sudden realization and then go, oh shit. I know who this is. While they are looking at Onyx.
Onyx is gonna be like, yes, they are very friendly. They do like to play with swords.
Uh-huh.
They are my best friend. I grew up with them since I was young. They have fed me poison berries. They have tried to put the sword between my scales. It never works. Bless her heart. We both dream of leaving my tower. I'm so happy that she's gotten to leave the tower too.
Carmilla, this is, as Onyx is describing Petite, you can just, the vibe you're seeing on Anansi's face is just like, yeah, none of these descriptions describe Petite.
They're all inaccurate.
A lot of them. A lot of them are inaccurate.
Or they're... Okay, but is it like the inaccurate that's like, oh, like, she's as beautiful as the radiant sun, or she's like, I mean, she's pretty, but she's nothing special, kind of? Like, is it...
It's more like, oh, she's so kind. Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a word.
That's a word
You
to
could
describe
put that
her.
word there. That's not the word I would use.
Like meeting the person that your best friend bullied in middle school.
Oh no.
You're like, oh, we have very different perceptions of this person.
Okay.
She's looking for you too. But I don't know where she is right now.
Oh. Well, she's a small, fleshy human, and I don't believe that she's as powerful as Janet. So I should find her and be by her side to protect her.
I was offended and then I was flattered.
That was not flattery. You are powerful.
Thank you, Onyx.
If I see her before she finds you, I'll make sure to mention you're looking for her.
Thank you, Mr. Anansi.
Camilla, the vibes you're getting are essentially like, this is a keeper of stories. This is a keeper of tales. This is the vibe you're getting right now from him is I hope I'm around to see what happens next.
Nancy wants the tea.
Nancy wants the tea.
I'm just like sitting here imagining that this is the equivalent, that the energy you're giving me off of Anansi is just like, hey, so do you mind melting some butter for me? I got popcorn that's just about to be ready. And,
Yeah.
There's something that we're about to all see and be witness to that you don't want to miss.
Yeah.
Get your tickets now, friends.
Get your tickets now. But the floating papers, what are y'all looking for?
Yes, the plot relevant details.
the plot device.
I don't know. Someone specifically put on the Lions and Veils list messy relationships.
Hey.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'll like spread out. I'll go for the papers that were organized by who's not here first, and just kind of start like showing them in front of all four of us to see, so we can all kind of scan them. It's like, Mishi, I'm sorry, I know that yours is in a different form, but if there's anything that the three of us recognize, I think we'll need those.
If there's no glass shards, I don't think Mishy's even looking.
Yeah, there are no glass shards.
Then she's not looking.
There are no shinies.
Fair enough.
However, Mishi, when you do like do a quick glance through whatever words you see, they do pop into your head.
That's upsetting to her. She's not looking. She's intentionally not looking.
Disestablishmentarianism.
Why do I know what that means?
Why are there so many sounds in it?
Chronic anxiety. Why do I feel like I understand this?
DSM-5 is just floating around in there.
The DSM-5 is a collection of stories because it was badly put together by psychiatrists who...
It might as well be a book of fairy tales.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are opinions, not of Sword and Key. We want to make this clear. These are our individual opinions.
My individual opinion.
We do not represent
you should adopt.
Sword and Key.
DSM-5 was written by cowards and assholes.
I've met one of the writers, so it's not incorrect.
Is he a coward and an asshole?
All right, anyway.
Carrying on.
Anyway.
Yeah, Onyx is actually looking at the papers of the people who are there because Petite's here. Petite's here, and now she has to grab all the papers and shove them into the broken spine that she's been keeping on her.
The broken and partially burned spine.
Well, she didn't burn the spine. She definitely burned some pages.
The ashy spine.
Yes, there you go.
So you grab some of the pages. It's a children's coloring book. It's talking about how, like, the pages that are there are introducing you, the powerful, fearsome dragon protecting the princess in the tower. There is a page that's describing the prince in great detail and how handsome and brave he is. Yeah, that's the correct face. And one of your games that you played with her, with the berries, specifically trying to kill you, is how it's written.
Got the name of the game right.
Yeah, no, you're right. Correct. As for stories of people that are not here, Janet and Camilla, there are a couple pages of yours that are here. One of Janet, it's talking about your romp.
All right. No need to see that.
Keep that away from Dad at all costs.
It's poetic language. It's a ballad, so like it's not like
It's
NSFW, but like there's some flowery language in there.
Yeah,
It's what Onyx was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It talks about your romp with Tamlin, and and the part where he's saying, "Find me on All Hallows Eve. I will be with the retinue." Blah blah blah. For Camilla, yours actually is after. Well, it's something you haven't experienced yet, but it is the death of one of the twins. Is one of the pages that you see. And how you swooped down as he poked his head out from his blowgun and you tore his head off.
Question, so are we all privy to the details for whomever is looking at them? Or
Yeah.
is it just... Okay.
If people are looking at it, they can read what they want. Those are the big ones for y'all.
They
So we
can
have-
read.
We all can
Onyx is trying to be polite. Trying. And not read over your shoulder.
Mishi's not snooping. She sees that there's nothing to do with her if there's no glass shards, so she's probably chasing dogs again.
Oh
Hey!
no!
Hey!
She's not gonna catch them, maybe.
Got my eye on you, water cat.
Some other stories that you see, there's a couple other miscellaneous fey myths, a couple different like regional ones. One big one that you see mentioned a couple times is about changelings. You see a story about the lindworm. And
that's a good one.
where is it? I have like a bunch of lists. The Seven Swans. And a story about the Maori demigod Maui. And how they form the Milky Way. There is also a story that you talking about a father making a deal with a star.
Oh, I get it. This is a lot of stories that are fragmented.
Anansi nods.
I have a feeling the chronicler's problem might be bigger than we thought.
If I know my friend, he's not happy.
You're friends with the chronicler.
We both deal in stories, of course.
What's he like? Does he know about this?
I don't think he knows about this. They're very single-minded. They have a task and they do it, which is collect stories. Anansi taps the one about the father making a deal with a star. I haven't read this one yet. I'm pretty familiar with the majority of his collection, so he must have gotten this one pretty recently.
So they must be out there collecting more stories. Meanwhile, the ones he has are being ripped to shreds.
Anansi nods. Essentially.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Yes.
This means you are similar in power and ability to the chronicler?
I'm probably closer to my sibling. And nods over at Camilla.
I thought we were talking to Anansi. What?
Anansi does. Anansi, I'm probably closer in power to my sibling over there, and not motions over to Camilla.
You are...
Oh, you're the...
I see.
Are
Camilla
you
does not seem to be very powerful.
Damn, Mishi!
How far the gods have fallen.
So you're the god that's not a god.
Close enough. Honestly, I'm glad for a bit of a break. One gets, as fun as it is to run around out tricking and outsmarting everyone, it can be a little... It's a lot of work.
Can you comfort Camilla? They were crying earlier.
Do you need comfort? I make no promises I'm good at it. I can tell you a story, though.
Yeah, there's like 12 different emotions happening for Camilla over here. Like she's reading her story and she's having a reaction to it, like the piece that she's seeing, and then there's the whole like you are the god without a god who's not a god anymore. So she's immediately, and then she hears the bit about him being akin to the chronicler. So she's like about to ask something, and then Mishi's like, she doesn't seem very powerful, and then that hurts her.
It's just dunk on Camilla. Let's go.
Basically. Yeah, she's somewhere between, like, her eyes are like the red of Berserker, but they're also like the red of like very puffy, like she's been crying quite a lot.
No.
Oh no.
So she's like starting to, and fuck, actually I'm gonna make this up to a roll because I can't actually decide which immediate reaction goes first.
Itty
Oh,
bitty
shit.
by the bow.
Angry that you're letting it pass.
We're gonna see Anki?
Maybe. Somebody call it odds or evens.
Evens.
Odds. No, she takes all of this very poorly.
Oh no.
Oh.
Like there is a look of just, I think she looks in Mishi's direction, then looks at Anansi and is just like, we're supposed to do certain things. Our roles are, our whole point of why we exist is to do our role. Otherwise, what are we? What do you mean that he has bigger concerns than making sure that we are allowed to do what we do? I am part of everything.
I'm trying not to be insensitive because I have had a couple months to adjust. But think of this as a vacation. You Mike didn't catch that.
I don't understand the concept.
This is the perfect time for you to learn it. As for why the chronicler wouldn't be fixing this right away, have you... He's a big picture kind of guy. And we are all just little specks.
How is death such a little speck? How are stories such a little speck? How is nature? Like looking over at Mishi is like, how is nature supposed to be just a little speck? Like she's somewhere between like bawling, furious, and like ready to start losing her shit somewhere. She's somewhere, whatever the unity of those three feelings is, that's where she's at.
Vibrating.
Yes. I try to demonstrate it by just like how my hands move right now, but that's her whole body. She's just losing it.
What happens when there are multiple hundreds of people that you need to kill?
We attend to them when we can. Death comes for each of them, and they each get their own slot. They each get their own time in which they're moved on.
It is the same concept. You saw the size of the chronicler's collection, didn't you? Did you see the walls? Did you see walls in the library? An exit?
No.
There are stories everywhere. and they collect them. They gather them up and put them in a neat little package, and we are all just one story.
Why does he collect stupid lying ones?
Well, I don't know how to answer that because it's not a lie. At
Yes,
least,
it is.
well, it's not his job to collect whether a story, whether it's true or not. It's just to collect the story.
It's a different
Like a
perspective.
garbage collector. It doesn't matter if it's
Or that.
dung or if it's paper. He must collect it. Understood.
Whatever helps you understand the analogy and description.
Onyx's world has waste management infrastructure. Good to know.
Good to know.
Good to know. Noted.
Beautiful.
We're
It's
building out
because it's
so
a
many,
modern children's story.
building out so many interesting aspects to our world here.
Ye old garbage truck.
There are stories that I saw in the library, the orb ones, not the paper ones,
Correct.
where no one would have been around to tell the chronicler of the tale. How do they get such information?
I haven't been around when he has collected that, but usually when there is an individual that the chronicler has a story to hear and listen to, they either write it down or listen and condense it down into one of those orbs that you saw.
But no one was there for the event for it to even be a story.
From what I understand, yes. Someone, whether it is the individual itself or someone talking about a myth or a legend that is passed down through generations. It depends.
Maybe you, in the future, meet the chronicler and tell him the stories.
That is a potential.
It is far more likely that I have been betrayed.
My story's in that library, same as this one, which ostensibly took place hundreds of years before I was even born. Some timey-wimey bullshit going on.
I try not to think about it.
The orb intact that I placed in your bag, Janet, the unbroken one.
Oh, yeah.
It depicts a battle between me and one other individual. No one else was present.
I think maybe the chronicler is able to peek in when they want. No one was around for my story either.
Or the other individual told the story.
That's possible.
I'm just imagining Onyx like having a snack. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. We got some good like lamb jerky going on around here.
Some berries.
There's a deeply focused Scotswoman paying attention to this. There's a cat. There's a cat water creature being increasingly angry at being surveilled. There's a former bat death god who's losing her shit. And then there's Onyx over there. It's like, well, it's lies. I'm not the one at fault here. It's his fault.
Wow, these berries are delicious.
Actually, these berries are delicious. I've sent Camilla into like a kind of a tailspin. Like Mishi and I have sent Camilla into a kind of a tailspin.
Chaos.
Mishi has only spit facts.
I just realized what Onyx is in this situation. Onyx is the fucking Principal Skinner Simpsons meme where he's like, wait a minute, Have I been in a toxic relationship and this has not been going well for me? No, the children are wrong. The chronicler's wrong. Obviously.
Yeah,
That's what Onyx
No.
is right now.
that's hilarious.
Onyx doesn't really know what a toxic relationship looks like because she grew up alone with another person with a giant crow and her mother dragon who also wanted her to stay in this tower.
Janet starts looking back through the pages for those pieces of the DSM-5 that she saw earlier.
Oh no, they've blown off in the wind.
Oh no!
Wait, those are the pages of gender and identity dysphoria. I need those for my clearance.
No, those were poorly researched and have been debunked.
Doesn't matter, I need it for insurance purposes.
Oh shit.
Continuing
Oh
on.
wait, Janet, do you see anything about a luxuriously winged, beautiful raven man named Caulfield?
Yes, you do.
Spelled Cawfield.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It is there is a page of Caulfield pecking at the princess while Onyx is like sleeping.
Caulfield. That's not nice.
The crows in my woods tend to be very rude as well.
Crows. Listen, crows
Sorry,
are great.
Raven. I fucked up. It's a raven.
Them as well. They're both assholes.
They're
It's true.
they're like you, Mishi. If you give them a shiny, they become much nicer.
I am far superior to the common raven or crow.
Caulfield is not a common raven. Caulfield is larger than you.
I did not realize Caulfield was that big.
That's a big feckin' bird.
That's a large
I
bird.
did write giant raven.
Okay, but when I think giant raven, I'm thinking like a little bigger than a regular raven.
Like maybe
Too
a
big to
dog-sized
start.
raven.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like if Onyx and a dragon is probably like elephant size, I was thinking like Caulfield is like horse sized.
A horse-sized raven?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I'm
wait a
glad I
minute.
know
You
this
have a-
before I introduced Caulfield.
You have a
Sorry,
horse-sized
I did-
raven?
Yeah, I don't know how big giant things.
I don't know.
Big boy!
If I wrote this children's coloring book, I would want a horse-sized
Are
raven.
we sure that Princess Petite didn't bleed out when she got pecked by this man?
Princess Petite is only named that because she's a normal human surrounded by giant creatures.
She's like 5'8". She's got this like respectable height, but everything around her is huge.
Should it be smaller?
We
No,
are
it's
losing
perfect.
The plot,
Well, that's
folks.
perfect.
I-
No, that's canon now.
I still stand by Caulfield pecking at Princess Petite because he does not like her.
That's true.
Yeah, there's that page.
I'll have to talk to Caulfield. That's not kind.
True. Facts.
If it's true, this lying piece of bullshit. She waves the fucking book around. Another page falls down out of it, and she has to pick it back up and put it back in.
My next thought is these are still not our full stories. I think the rest of our pages and Mishi's shards are elsewhere. Maybe it'd be better if we left them in the hands of a story collector for safekeeping.
I don't have pockets.
Show of hands. Does anyone else among the four of us have pockets besides me? Okay.
Putting things in my shirt.
I mean, that's a great place to put things, but if we get attacked and slashed up again, maybe we should leave things here and we can bring other things we find back here to be under Anansi's protection if you'd be willing to do so.
Yeah, Onyx easily hands over the shell of a book to Anansi.
I can start putting them back in order, if you would like.
And
Sure.
I think that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
So you will know how to put the orb back together once all the pieces are collected.
In theory, I know how to put everything together, but I am not capable of doing so.
My mother would be able to do it. My mother is the smartest person in the world.
I'm sure she's quite beautiful in intelligence.
More than beautiful, radiant. To look upon her, any human would wish to serve her.
It's a good thing I'm not human.
Yes.
She sounds like a great spirit.
Immense, except physical. Physical spirit.
Yes.
Yes. Amazing. Larger than even me as a dragon.
The size of 2 elephants. My god.
See, like, Onyx looks at the castle and then, like, points at it and is like, my mother could take this fortress in less than 2 hours.
Say that around Lady Scáith if she makes an appearance.
But to continue answering your questions, I know how they can be fixed, though I can't. You would need some of the chronicler's tools. He makes his own books.
Oh, that's impressive.
Not for a god. Where would we find them, these tools?
He never told me. I know he always keeps them on him when he is out and about.
The pen, strange stick we were given.
Who is holding the strange stick?
I think I have
I think
it.
Janet has it.
Mishi suddenly has it. You're like, where did I have it?
Oi! Don't be pickpocketing me.
I love that Janet always hisses back.
Listen.
It throws her off every time.
Not one to back down from a challenge.
Like, have you ever seen those
How
videos
is
of, like,
Camilla,
someone
by the way?
barking
How is-
at a dog and they look all confused?
Mm-hmm.
That's Mishi every time.
What were you gonna say, Ange?
Sorry, I lost my thought because now I'm just imagining Mishi
Oh my God.
just going up to the dogs and being confused every time.
I guess you could say, I've got that dog in me.
Oh my god.
Awful.
I'll leave.
How is Camilla doing? And
Yeah,
is
how's
she
she
still
doing?
shaking?
She's still crying, by the way. You fuckers haven't
Onyx-
actually helped her.
Onyx,
No one actually does anything for
Onyx
her.
finishes talking about Obsidian and then just goes and is like, I'm going to hug you now.
I have to agree to this.
What?
I have to agree to this.
You can agree to it.
I think I
It
do
sounded
not
like a
wish to.
threat.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Ange? Because
Mishi's energy is like, I only understand affection in the form of threats.
Yeah.
No. I would prefer not to.
Okay.
Moves closer to Janet and just sort of just very quietly while we're figuring out all of this at some point asks you, is this also what a friend is supposed to be like?
Sometimes. Here. And I'll reach and I'll pull out my handkerchief again, which still has a few ink stains on it. And it's like, if you want to dry your eyes.
Thank you.
I think as you are stepping away, Camilla, from Onyx, would you like an experience point?
Absolutely.
Who's the other one for?
Oh, it's for Janet being the only glue that keeps us together.
Yeah!
Okay.
Thanks.
Onyx. Make me a dodge defense roll.
Talk shit, get hit.
Talk shit, get hit.
That's an 18.
Okay.
a natural one, though, don't you, Mary?
I do. This is what I was
Why
thinking.
would you say that?
This is what I was debating on whether
That's
I.
what this gesture is. This is a challenge.
Yeah, this is what I was debating whether I wanted to use it on or not, and I think I will if that's okay, Soul.
Please.
So you get a natural 1.
Natural 1.
So everybody, I need. Oh, so please donate me more natural ones, please.
For the children of Palestine and us getting our asses wrecked.
Correct. This is almost out of nowhere. I'm imagining like Onyx is over here, and then everyone else just you're kind of like in the general vicinity, but this is fast. And Onyx, you hear a very loud, furious yell as you suddenly have a spear in your gut. You need to take 5 points of damage. And what everyone else sees from behind Onyx is a young woman, lightly toned, looks like she's gotten golden skin from like being outside, like in the sun, wielding a 7-pronged spear. And she is yelling in fury as she has stabbed Onyx. Long gold hair, like tightly plaited, furious blue eyes.
Princess!
Like looking in a dark mirror for Janet.
Yeah. Onyx looks surprised as, you know, the ink was strange. It was, you know, it was like magic pain, right? This is physical pain. And she looks confused because she has never been hurt like this before. And she looks up at the 3 of you who are in front of her, and puts her hands down to where, like, the spear is piercing at several spots.
I think it's only like 2 or 3 of the prongs hit you.
Okay. And it's
Just
just
2 or
like,
3.
Just 2 or 3.
Yeah, and it's just like, this is painful.
And from behind you, you hear a familiar but furious and angry sounding, "Why won't you fucking die?" And you hear Princess Petite. She's not
Mishi
wearing...
looks like she's about to fight back. She's like walking up like, all right, I guess we're fighting again.
She's not wearing any fancy princess clothes. She is wearing like leathers, a tunic, something a warrior would wear.
The spear. Would I recognize this weapon? Is this a
I'm
legendary
debating.
weapon?
Is the design of that weapon special, or it might just be a regular spear?
If it's just a really fucking weird spear, that's fine.
It's not the spear.
It's not the Garabolga. Okay,
no,
cool.
It's not.
Okay, I would have been really fucking scared.
No,
if
it's probably multi-pronged. Maybe not like.
Okay.
It's pointy.
For a second, I thought we were going into Gungnir territory, and I was terrified because then that means Odin, and I don't want to fuck around with Odin.
Yeah.
There's multi-pronged spears in every culture. There's also some in Mishi's backstory.
Yeah.
They're everywhere, bro.
Listen, people love things with multiple pointy bits that they can throw into other people.
Pole arm superiority.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think Onyx, again, is confused and like doesn't know what to do about this pain. And
Mishi's marching forward to attack Petite unless Onyx stops her.
Yo, same.
Yeah,
okay.
Onyx is like, I think just sort of too shocked to do anything about Mishi and Camilla, and is just looking over her shoulder, and is just like, Petite, this hurts.
Good.
Petite is about to hurt. And I'm gonna attack her.
Do we? Okay, let's roll. Let's roll.
Yeah, I was about to say I have never seen a scene that more deserved just a giant stamp of the phrase "fuck it, we ball" than this one.
All right, roll an initiative.
Yes.
Yeah. What level is this chick?
She's level 4.
Holy. Okay.
What a woman.
Truly.
You think she's been having tea parties and embroidering the last several months?
Absolutely not.
No, I just wanted a sense of how much this woman's about to kick my ass.
Did Scáith train this bitch? Did she get special permission? God damn it!
Originally, Petite wasn't going to show up until later, but I learned about Scáith, and I'm like, ooh, this is perfect.
I apologize.
Thanks, Charlie.
Great.
Happy
I
to
love this
serve.
part.
You gave her
Onyx
more
is gonna be
trading.
broken for the rest of the story, just so you guys
It's
know.
fine.
That's okay.
Initiative is
Sucks
just...
to suck, does it?
Is a speed check.
Speed.
If you want to spend effort, you may.
I'm not gonna spend effort because I rolled a 2 and I think it's worthy of it.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled a 15.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
So mine would go from a 4 to 3, and I rolled a 14, so I passed it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's Janet and Camilla before Petite, and then Mishi and Onyx after Petite. There's a commotion around everywhere. People were not expecting like someone to come up and stab someone like around camp.
If you'll allow it, Gian, Soul stop me. I think Janet's first instinct would be to whistle for her dogs and to have them stand guard in front of Onyx, and she's just gonna help guide her to sit down gently because she's got a spear in her. And she's just like, what do you need from us?
I
With
think
her.
Onyx is just holding, and I think she's staring blankly at Janet because again, she doesn't understand. She looks at this moment. Does Janet have any siblings?
No.
Okay. Any people that she grew up with?
Oh yeah, like she
Or,
had like
kids around the
she
area
had
that she
like ladies in waiting who were near her age. Like
Okay.
yeah.
The lost child look. The absolutely just completely like I don't know. I don't know.
Janet's just gonna kiss you on the forehead. She's like, it's gonna be all right. We're gonna take care of this, all right? It's gonna be fine. And she whistles for her dogs to come and like stand guard.
Yeah, I'll say that's just a free action. Well, not a free action, but it is your action. They'll come. They are
Yeah.
well trained, and you grew up with them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. But so my action is focused on making sure Onyx is okay.
Okay. Camilla.
She is me with my giant ass grin at this. I'm like, just stabbed my ex-friend, so I'm gonna go up and just gonna try and swipe at her directly, and I am going to also try with using swipe to try and cause the daze effect on her.
Okay.
So it's 4 difficulty. That is speed that she's using for that. I'm going to spend from speed to put in effort, so that drops it to a 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to roll this d20, and I'm going to pray that this doesn't suck entirely. That is a 6. It doesn't suck entirely, but not well. It was a 6, and I needed a 9.
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyways,
She jumps
actually
back.
Not nice.
She
Nice,
jumps
nice.
back and just like pulls the spear out of you. As she does, as she's dodging Camilla's attack. Stay out of this. This is between me and the dragon. And she's gonna stab you again, Onyx. Make a dodge defense roll.
Well,
Can she be aided by the fact that my dogs are guarding her?
You get an asset.
That's not gonna help.
Uh-oh.
I rolled another 2.
oh dear. That is not good.
Take
It feels like the narratively satisfying time to fail, though.
yeah.
Oh,
That's very
absolutely.
fair. The
It
dice are
does.
telling a story.
Absolutely.
Take
The
another
dice are telling a story.
take another 5 points of damage as she gets your
My
shoulder this
armor
time.
is affecting each of these,
Yes,
correct?
yes. I did not realize you had armor, but yes,
Yes,
you're
I have armor.
so yeah. So I guess
So
4
4
points of
points.
damage.
Yes.
Yeah, as she skewers you in the shoulder this time.
Onyx screams, And unlike a dragon roar, this is a very human scream. Because this time she knows what's gonna happen and it hurts. And yeah, she just lets out this scream.
And she braces one foot against your chest and like pulls the spear out. Mishi and Onyx.
When Petite says this is between me and the dragon, Mishi says, I might be a dragon. And then attacks.
Yeah. Go ahead, roll. Roll to attack.
That's so good.
Yeah, we're gonna do the scale thing where she kind of like flings these copper scales, go spinning through the air.
Perfect.
Sorry, I'm letting your princess on fire.
Yeah,
Ah!
listen,
It is what it
Onyx
is.
will react how they react. How she reacts. I know my pronouns.
And it's
Challenge 4.
4. And then I will spend effort.
So you spend the level of effort to reduce it by 1, so you need to roll a 9.
Okay.
You can do it.
The 15.
Yes.
Yes, you hit. What's the base amount of damage again?
It is 3 points of damage, and then 1 additional for every subsequent round.
Does it bypass armor?
It doesn't say.
Okay, so you are able to throw some of your scales on fire at Princess Petite. Unfortunately, she doesn't catch fire, but she does take a little bit of damage as her hair lights on fire, but she's able to quickly get it out. So she does take 1 damage. She has 2 armor, so she won't catch on fire because it's 1 damage, and that would just negate it every single time. Onyx, baby,
yeah.
what you doing?
So Onyx sees this attack actually connect.
Yes.
And
correct.
And is again confused and sort of like tries to surge up to her feet as like this like blue blood is like, sort of dripping out over like red skin, and it's just like, wait, no, don't hurt Petite. And is like bracing like her hands over her wound, and it's just like, this must be a mistake. I don't understand.
It is not a mistake.
But you're my best friend.
Humans lie.
It was one-sided.
Onyx sort of just like was using all her strength to like stand, and when she says that, she sort of like falls down and it's just like, I don't. And I don't think she can do anything. Like she just sort of curls up and is like practically prone on the ground. Where this fight towards Onyx, I think on the to the out to everyone looking around, looks more like an execution than a fight.
Mishi has tried her best to put herself between Petite and Onyx. She's not gonna let the execution happen.
Okay. We're gonna have probably one more round. So let's back to the top with Janet and Camilla.
If you don't mind. Janet rolls up her sleeves again, and she like braces herself on the ground. It's wrestling time. She's gonna try and she wants to try and tackle this bitch to the ground.
Yeah, roll me a. This will be a might check.
I'm absolutely gonna spend some some effort.
Let's fucking go.
Okay. Just double checking to see if this is anything else that I can add to it. Nope.
You're trying to beat challenge 4.
Challenge 4 -1 because of the effort I spent?
Yeah, so you'll have to get at least a 9.
Okay, I was gonna say, it was at a 5? No. Alright.
Yeah, what does it look like as you tackle Petite?
She goes, it was one-sided, Onyx faints, and like there's something that kind of like shifts in Janet's face as she goes into mama bear mode, and she literally just like Petite goes to say something else, and then she gets the wind knocked out of her as I yeet myself at her over, like arms around her waist, and we both go tumbling down the hill. And it's like that scene in Lion King where Nala pins Simba, where I just kind of like force her to the ground, and then my knife is at her throat. Not doing damage, but knife at her throat.
It is very threatening.
Listen. You got what you wanted, didn't you? You're free of her. You can leave her alone now. It's not worth it.
She made my life hell for more than 20 summers. Freedom is not enough.
It's gonna have to be. And I'll like dig my knife in just a little bit.
A little smidgen.
Just a bit.
As a treat.
As a treat.
Camilla, would you like to do anything?
Can't actually stop fighting unless she takes the time to do so.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, fuck.
So,
Vicious.
yeah, vicious.
Collateral damage is about to happen.
Maybe. I mean, it's sort of like you start digging in the knife, and then Janet and Petite look up and see like feral bat form Camilla about to like pounce to like try and claw at her throat.
Oh, fuck.
She's pinned.
Yeah. Does that ease the task?
It does.
Oh,
It
no!
does.
Okay. Yeah, that's a 17. So that
Yeah.
definitely does it.
You absolutely do hit. How many points of damage is that?
So, okay. So, listen. So it's medium because it's no need for weapons, so that's 4. She is vicious, so that's 6.
And I
So
think
that-
when
so-
it's a 17, an extra +1 to damage, I think, right? Because it goes
Ooh,
from
it might be-
4, 3, 2, 1.
Something like that.
I can double check that, but at bare minimum, it's going to be 6 points of damage.
We'll
So
say
I
it's
can
7
double
for
check
now
that.
until we double check. So it's you do 5 points of damage because of armor, but she's still like struggling against you, Janet, trying to dodge as Camilla's attacking, and also not trying to slit her own throat. you know.
As one does.
Janet, I need you to make another might check because she's trying to throw you off, and she ain't a dainty little princess anymore.
Yeah, neither am I, bitch. I can spend more effort on the. I'll just spend it because I have it.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
not?
yeah.
Just in case.
It is 1 more point.
Okay,
I double
yeah,
checked.
so I did it
17,
correctly.
only in combat is.
Yes,
one.
only in combat though. Yeah.
All right. Oh no, that's only gonna be a 2.
She throws you off. She basically like rolls you over first and then like gets out of your grip and then turns to Onyx again. Onyx and Mishi.
Yeah, Mishi's claws out, just,
She's going for it.
yeah.
Go for it. Let's go.
And I will spend a effort as well.
Beautiful.
I have an edge, so it's 2. All right. What do I have to beat?
You spent an effort. You got to beat a level 3, so 9 on the die.
10.
Oh,
Perfect. And how many points of damage is this?
It's 4.
Okay, so she takes 2.
It's getting hard to hurt her. Damn armor.
Yeah. You said it was the claws, not the fire this time.
Yeah, just claws.
So basically going like right over her arms and her face, just all cat mode,
Yeah.
basically. And last but not least, Onyx, are you doing anything? Or are you crying for a free action?
Crying
for free action.
for sure.
Always.
But also is I think like seeing this happen, like there's so much pain going on because like this realization, her friends are hurting someone that for her she's cared about since they were small. Yes, Onyx is older, but for a dragon, she's still practically a baby.
Oh, yeah.
And I think just sort of, I think she runs towards Camilla, because she knows that Mishi can sort of stop, but she has the idea by now that Camilla can't, and just tries to, just. Onyx really needs a hug right now, and she didn't get permission before, but she's gonna try and hug Camilla to stop.
You fucking just, like, caused her more emotional and existential duress, you motherfucker, before this!
That's true!
All right. So, since we are wrapping up the session and Onyx is trying to stop Camilla from raging, Angela, if you would like to make your int 2 check, you may, to try and stop.
I did. I rolled a 10, so she stops.
What does this look like as Onyx hugs you, basically?
I think it's a lot of thrashing around, and then it's probably the most pitiful looking mess of like still like facially in the like bat creature sort of mode, but just tears streaming down her face. Because, like, this all just happened one after the other. She had all of those digs, all of this realization about what their role is supposed to be, being just like, just take a break from it. And then Onyx getting stabbed.
Multiple times.
Multiple times. Sorry. Twice, at least. She's a mess trying to stop herself. So it's more like Onyx kind of awkwardly holding her up as, like, she's still trying to, like move her arms as though she still has the wings, and then they're just kind of awkwardly just draping on top of Onyx.
And at the end of the round, as people are getting out of grips or trying to stop vicious rampages, all of a sudden, you all hear a loud, booming voice going, "What is going on here?" And, like, basically, the crowd parting, up walks a very tall, muscular-looking woman with her golden hair plaited intricately behind her, and she looks like she's ready to throw down. Janet, this is Scáith.
Shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
And this is where we're gonna end the session.
Ah! Oh no.
Bare arms out for the gun show.
Yes.
Obviously.
Sleeveless vest, fur, like
Listen,
fur
you
cape.
guys, you paid for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
What's that meme of like the guy putting the sunglasses on, like, yeah!
The CSI Miami.
Yeah.
The Who at the very end of the
So next week, Janet's gonna meet her hero.
And then Mishi's gonna fight Janet's hero.
Let's go. You want to know what level she is?
Probably high.
It's 6.
Yep, that's
Are
me.
we considered level 1?
I don't think there is an equivalent.
Yeah, it's
So-
not really an equivalent for NPCs to like.
Yeah.
Does it just
But-
mean that everything, like, to do anything to her is level
Very
6?
hard.
18.
So
18,
basically,
18
six is the limit of like human peak in the system.
Like, 6 is when
Peak human form.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
6 is when you start, like, 7 and above is when you start getting to just bonkers shit, where you're like, if you don't have multiple assets, you are never rolling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But challenge
You
6
only
is
can't
like
read
as
to
high as you can
21.
naturally go. So that's basically peak human of what abilities of what you can reach. So, like, people of Scáith's, like, notoriety and power, she would be a 6, while something like Obsidian, Onyx's mom, would be starting going into level 7 territory. Because dragons.
Yeah.
She's a 6 across the board, everybody. She's a 6.
6
No,
out
no,
of
she's
5.
a 10 across
She's
the
a
board.
6 out of 5, bro.
6 out of 5. We love.
All right, so let's quickly go around, say hi, who we are, where you can find us, and I'm gonna look for a raid while people go do that.
All right. I think, should we just do the beginning
Yeah,
order?
let's do the same order that we
Yeah.
did it. So
Okay.
I think that would be soul first.
Hello. I have been your soul this evening, your shining sunshine that got stabbed twice. That is realizing that maybe she hasn't had a friend this entire time.
Oh no.
You have one now. She's fighting for you.
Yes, I have 3. 3 whole friends. That's a lot for
3.
an adult.
That's so real.
Oh,
So real.
oh God.
You can find me on Blue Sky at Milivincessio. Not this coming Wednesday, but next Wednesday over on the Mandy's channel playing D&D with my sad cat dad, Dinark. Honestly, he's more of a flirt than sad cat dad, but it's okay. It's okay. We're having a good time. And otherwise, that's been me. Thank you.
Okay. Hello there, everybody. I am Antela Lemos Morgovejo. I have been playing your goddess. Sorry, pardon. Ex-goddess. Sorry, pardon. Goddess adjacent.
I said what I said.
Camilla. Yeah, I know you did. I'm still hurt. Every part of me just knows pain.
You're the one who wanted to
emotionally
play
now.
a god.
Yeah, I wanted to be a god. I thought it would be fun, and then I got the emotional damage that most of it I did to myself. So,
Yep.
If you want to see my material, whether it be written or AP stuff, where you can see me being continuously emotionally damaged, you can go check out Beacons over at Phoenix 24 Fem, or you can go find me in pretty much all places at Phoenix 24 Fem. I write, I do poetry, I do freelance music, I make playbooks. I'm probably going to be making 2 for the Fabula Ultima system. One I'm working on is a shapeshifter. The other one is inspired by a phoenix because I have a brand and it is Fireburb. So that is me. I believe now it is Amaya's turn.
Okay. I was like, I don't know what order we're going in. I've been Amaya or Mishi, your feral water cat. I go by Amaya is okay on pretty much everything. I post all my art to Instagram. Go look at that. I mostly draw like TTRPG characters, and I also do commissions. So there you go.
And I'm Charlie. I've been your Bonnie Janet, apparently now known for making other people's backstories worse. You can find me on Good Luck Charlie Grass or GL Charlie G if you're more of a Twitter person. If you're into audiobooks, I've got a new audiobook coming out, book 1 of the Fallen Lands series. Vigilance is going to be out on Audible in the next few days. If you're into lit RPG, it's a very fun, silly, dark fantasy romp that if you like Journey to Book's End, you might find it being right up your alley. So I'm really excited for that to come out. And I've got a million projects in the works, always and forever. So
Hell yeah.
just keep an eye out for all that.
Hi, I'm Mare. You can find me on all applicable social media, Archmage of Dice. I think this is really the only game I'm running right now, and I'm also here on Saturdays, which I will talk about in just a second. Just channel news super quick. Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern, we have our second season of Humblewood called Yonderbound. Mondays, you find us here at 6:30 playing Journey to Book's End. Tuesdays, except for tomorrow, I don't think, is Gate Night, our Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, which I run tech for, is our 5e Games Zenith, and all of our players just arrived in hell. It's taking place in hell. Let's go. And Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern is our game Horizons Call. The only real major thing you really need to also hear about right now is thank you LD for the schedule that is also in chat. We also just put out a charity casting call. I don't know if it's been posted to the socials yet, but it should be soon if it isn't. We are going to be raising money in October with several charity games. I can't remember. I think we're raising money for NAMI, which I think is a mental health. Anyway, we have a bunch of spooky charity games. And I think y'all should go check it out because there's a lot of really good ones. That's all I got. We'll see y'all next week. Okay, Gate Night's off for the next 2 weeks. Thank you, LD. But we will all see you next week. And we're going to be rating Neon Lots Roleplay. Bye!
Bye!